Welcome everyone, and a very happy new year to one of our present here. So, thank you for joining us today. Over the past year, Zoho Writer has evolved significantly to meet the needs of modern organizations. Documents today are no longer static files; they are living workflows that move through creation, collaboration, approval, signing, storage, and reuse. In 2025, our focus was on helping teams manage documents as complete workflows. Documents can now be generated from data, reviewed collaboratively by multiple stakeholders, approved using defined business rules, signed securely, and it can also be stored and reused for various other processes. With these enhancements, Writer reduces the need for multiple tools by bringing documents, PDFs, forms, labels, and automation all together in one place. My name is Gautam and I'm from the Zoho Writer team. Joining me today is Vignesh, who will be walking you through live demos of the new features as well. Just a couple of quick notes before we begin. We host these webinars on the second Thursday of every month, and the recording will be shared with all the registered participants. And also, you can use the Q&A pane to post your questions. If we miss any, we'll follow up using a email as well. So with that, let me hand it over to Vignesh, who will walk you through the today's session and on how it's structured.
Thank you, Gautam. So today we'll walk through some of the most impactful features and the enhancements added to Zoho Writer in 2025. So to make it easy and to go with the flow, we have grouped the updates based on the problems they solve. So we'll cover content creation, document review, document automation, customization, and secure sharing tool, which enhances productivity, and finally, desktop and mobile apps improvements. So let's start with content creation, which is where every document workflow begins.
That's correct, Vignesh. No matter what workflow you're running, everything starts with getting words into the page. Over the past year, we focused heavily on helping teams move faster from idea to first draft without compromising on the structure or its quality. So let's begin with how AI plays a role in accelerating content creation inside Zoho Writer. So most teams spend far too much time getting, to just draft the documents. But with AI built directly into Zoho Writer, content moves much faster from idea to review. User can just directly go ahead and use the templates that is available ready to use for your business documents like sales orders, proposals, purchase orders, and agreements. You can also generate structured content such as NDAs, contracts, and offer letters with just a short prompt. So let me show you how AI powered content generation works in Writer. So you can simply start clicking by the new document, and in that button you'll have an option called using AI. Next, you can simply add a short description of the document and then go ahead and type the content that you require. So Writer immediately generates the document in three different writing styles. You can preview them, refine your prompt, and regenerate it until the output feels right. That's a quick look at how AI helps teams move faster. So you can check that in the video that we have been showing it up. So yes, please go ahead and let us know about Markdown Wiki.
Thank you, Gautam. So Zoho Writer now supports Markdown formatted copy paste along with improved table handling. So this ensures that structure and formatting are retained when content is pasted into the writer document. So today, content often comes from an AI tool, right? So document or a documentation system and internal platforms. So without Markdown without the Markdown support, the teams might lose formatting and spend time in cleaning things up. With this enhancement, content stays clean and usable at the moment it's pasted. So now that we have seen how content comes into Writer cleanly, now Gautam, could you please show us how Writer keeps everything connected as a document grows?
Definitely, Vicky. So, in long documents, managing references is often a challenge. A small change can break multiple captions or reference. So Zoho Writer automatically manages captions, cross references, and table of figures across the document. Even when the content change, the references stay updated. So this actually reduces review cycles and helps team maintain accuracy, especially in audit heavy or compliance driven documents. So once content is created, the next major phase is review. So let's see what's new over there. So review is where the collaboration really matters. So let's look at how Writer makes review larger sets of documents faster and more intuitive. Vignesh will now let us know more about the features under review.
Definitely, Gautam. Let me quickly take you through a Writer document, and let me change it to the review mode on the top. So you have compose, review, and distribute. Let me go to the review mode. So now, when multiple collaborators are been working on the same document, or let's say, for instance, the same document is being worked by different users or different departments within the same organization. So in those cases, you can make sure the track changes is being enabled under review mode. So this will allow you to track each and every changes that's been done by every individual collaborator. So yeah, so let me get back quickly. So you go to review mode on the Writer document, and once it's been in the review mode, when multiple collaborators are working on the same document, and if you'd like to review every changes, you can make sure the track changes has been enabled on the top. So every collaborator working on this document, making any changes or suggestions, it will be highlighted. So let's say, for example, I have this document being shared with my collaborator Gautam here. And if you look at the screen, I'm also one of the collaborators. So once the track changes has been enabled, any edits or any changes made in the document are going to be highlighted. So as of now, for me, it's been highlighted as green. So now let's say the collaborator Gautam is also working on the same document. Any edits that he makes on this particular document will be on a different color. So end of the day, the owner or the reviewer can select if the changes or the content added has been, after it's been reviewed, he can either accept or he can reject the changes. So the rejecting the changes will remove the content, and accepting the changes will add the content to the document permanently. And you also have all markup options that's available, and you can add comments to the same document during the review process, and you can add mention your collaborator and add your comments and pass it over to them. And also you can specifically add comments and restrict them to any specific collaborator who has access to the same document, or you can choose a custom, or you can choose all collaborators to make sure they receive your comments. And these changes tab will show you any track after the track changes are enabled. Any changes made into the document will be captured, and it will be under the changes tab here. And here's another option, combine revision, that will allow you to review two different versions at the same time to go through every content that's been added or missed. And followed by, you can set up a personalized notification when each user is collaborating on the same document. So you can prefer the mode of notification, and you can share the document with a specific collaborator from the collaboration option directly here. And in case if you do not want any of your collaborators to edit the document as of now, when some important changes are being made, you can just enable this collaboration mode on. So as of now, only now I'm enabling the collaboration mode on. So only then the collaborators will be able to make changes or add edits to the document. If I disable this, no collaborator will have access to edit the document. So that's about the options that's available, and you can review the previous versions from selecting the version history option here, and you can compare the versions from here as well. So that's about how review works. So now getting back to semantic search. So Using Zoho Writer semantic search, it allows the users to search using meaning and intent and not just the exact keyword. So often now users know that what they're looking for. So getting back to the document here, let's say we have a word called line, and using the semantic search option, you can either press your command and F or control and F. That brings up this find option. And now let's say I type in the word life and I use the semantic search, it will highlight the relevant meaning that you have in the document. So this allows the user to quickly look for the exact word or meaning on vice versa and identify and locate it in the document. So this is how helpful it is for the users to quickly get into a specific word or get into the specific content of the document using semantic search. And now let me pass it over to Gautam.
Sure, thank you. So now that we have seen on how to find information during a review, which also becomes faster, but sometimes you don't want to search inside a document. You just want the essence of it. So that's where document summary comes in. The Zoho Writer can automatically generate concise summaries for long documents, highlighting key information. So this is especially useful for leadership, legal teams, and reviewers who need to make decisions quickly without going through the entire document. So once the document are created and reviewed, next challenge is scale. So automation is no longer just about speed, it's about reliability, where the documents are to be generated whenever the document needs to be generated repeatedly, routed, converted, and then stored. Manual steps simply don't hold up. So let me just ask Vicky to explain about the automation workflows.
Definitely, Gautam. Thank you. So, talking about the visual automation workflow. So, visual automation workflow designers allows the team to build the document workflow using the no code or the drag and drop interface. So, earlier automations was limited to fixed actions, but the real workflow are far more dynamic. So, with the visual designer now, the teams can choose template conditionally and combine documents, convert formats, and route outputs automatically. So this allows the organization to design true end-to-end workflows without the script or IT dependency. So let me quickly show you a quick glance on how you can configure the advanced automation. So if you guys can look at the screen here, this is how the advanced automation UI builder looks like. And let me quickly take you through a sample document here. So let's assume this as a merge template that's required for the automation. On the top, on the merge output settings from the automation tab, on the top you have set up advanced merge option. The moment you click on advanced merge option, it pops up the automation builder UI, within which you can insert the required cards or the required action cards from either action tab and the logics behind to achieve your requirement. So let's say you can insert, if you'd like to add a condition, you can add the condition card from here. And if there is with specific action, so let's say you would like to rename a file or delete a file or move a file, so you can add the respective cards here to the builder, and you can build your own customized automation based on the use case or the workflow your organization required. So this covers how workflows are visually built using Zoho Writer.
Well, thank you
And
for
now,
that, Vicky.
yes.
So Zoho Writer also supports event-driven document generation using
I'll hand it over to
webhooks.
Gautam now.
So yes, thank you so much. So Zoho Writer supports event-driven document generation using webhooks. So this means document generation can be triggered by external events like form submissions or from Google Forms or Jot Form. For example, when a service request is submitted, a customized agreement can be generated automatically with all the submitted details. So let's talk about a practical automation use case. So Vignesh will be
Okay,
showing you how to generate bulk label.
you can either create from the scratch here, or you can import it as a from the existing PDF. You can create a new template for the labels, and these are the components, the default outcomes that's available. You can either, if you're creating labels for shipment address or the shipping or a written address or a name batch, you can select either one of the predefined option and you can create it. So that will by default list the template. So now you can attach the required data source you guys have. And you can import the merge tags to the relevant places into the template. So likewise, you can make use of this particular predefined templates for your own use case, and you can print your labels out. So as of now, I just have a dummy record here. So this is how easy it is for you guys to create a bulk label design and generation. Okay. So this is how you create bulk label templates, so you can design and generate your own labels out of using Zoho Writer. And now I'll hand it over to Gautam to see how interactive the documents are.
Thank you so much for that, Vicky. So interactive documents respond in real time as users interact with them. So instead of static documents and endless back and forth, recipients can select options, add inputs, and see calculations update instantly. So this reduces emails, spreadsheets, and confusion as well. So there are also a few smaller automation improvements that make everyday workflows smoother. Vignesh, can you please walk you through this?
Okay. Thank you, Gautam. So I think there is some network lag. So we are so sorry about that. So let me continue further with the other automation enhancement that we have planned with Zoho Writer. So I'll quickly cover a few targeted improvements we have. So we have upload files that can be attached automatically during document generation. And then conditional attachments, ensuring that the right documents to the right recipients it reaches. And followed by, we supported a dynamic folder that will help organize generated documents automatically. And followed by, PDFs can now be password protected with granular permission control. And generated PDF can now be merged with the existing compliance or annexure PDFs. And when importing the PDF form, the fillable fields are detected automatically using OCR and AI. So now I'll hand it back to Gautam to talk about the customization and sharing.
Thank you so much for that, Vicky. So once documents are automated, appearance and security becomes critical. So you can upload true type fonts into Zoho Writer, so branding stays consistent across documents and PDFs. So fonts are hosted centrally, ensuring everyone in the organization uses the same assets without formatting issues. Security matters just as much. So Vignesh now will be showing how sharing has been improved for the year 2025.
Sure, Gautam. So documents now can be shared externally and can now be protected using a one-time OTP password. So without forcing the recipients to sign up, this eventually allows the external use cases as well. So this makes external sharing both secure and frictionless, and the most secure way to collaborate with internal or the external users. And then followed
So
by, I'll hand it over to Gautam again to go through tools.
thank you for that, Vicky. So the tools focus on removing friction from everyday writing and publishing tasks. So when we talk about SEO Analyzer, so this evaluates search readiness directly inside the document. So as you might be a writer, so writers no longer need to switch tools just in order to check on the SEO. So we have an optimization that will happen within Zoho Writer, and it happens where directly the writing happens. So keeping these options will allow the teams to be more focused and more productive instead of focusing time on the SEOs. So let's now shift gears back to Vignesh.
Thank you, Gautam. So now on desktop performance and security have improved with Writer, including password protected PDF exports. So on mobiles, Writer now support real work with features like S-Pen support and multi-file handling, better navigation, and PDF to automation template conversions as well. And now we'll quickly have a sneak peek into what's next in 2026.
Definitely, Vignesh. And Vignesh, in the meantime, can you please check out your screen share as well?
Thank you, Gautam.
Yes. So yes, as you might know, this is a quick sneak peek into the 2026. So we are investing heavily in content libraries, AI-based commands, stronger collaboration controls, flexible workflows, envelope signing, payment-enabled documents, and industry-specific add-ons like Chem Studio and Legal Lens. So we are also planning to expand more security and performance as well as in a bigger scale.
Yes. So talking about content creation, teams scale their writing and publishing efforts. So one challenge that comes up repeatedly is the consistency, right? So writer and editors often reuse the same introduction or legal clauses, or can be a disclaimer or an image or a table across multiple documents. So until now, this is usually meant copying contents from older files and and hoping nothing outdated slips through. But with the content library in Zoho Writer, now the teams can store approved text blocks or images or tables and any reusable sections in one centralized place. So once the content is approved, it becomes a trusted asset that writers can quickly insert it into the new documents, ensuring consistency and accuracy every time. So alongside this, we are also introducing AI-based command that simplifies everyday's writing and formatting actions. So instead of manually fixing structure or rewriting paragraphs or adjusting tones, so now the writers can use simple AI command to perform these actions instantly. So this reduces repetitive manual efforts and helps the team to stay focused on the quality of their content rather than formatting works. So together, the content library and the AI-based command helps the team write faster, stay consistent, and reduce the rework across the entire content lifecycle. So now about the document automation. Gautam, can you give us a quick heads up on document automation using Writer?
Definitely, Vignesh. And yeah, as we move on further into document automation, flexibility becomes just as important as speed. So every organization has slightly different workflows, and Zoho Writer is designed to adapt to those needs rather than forcing you into a fixed process. One key enhancement here is the flexibility in signing workflows. So let's say when documents are getting generated through automation, you're not locked into a single signing service. You can go ahead and choose to send the merged documents for e-signature using any third-party devices like DocuSign or DigiSign, depending on what your organization already uses. We are also expanding support for envelope signing. So this allows you to send multiple documents together in a single signing request. For example, a main agreement along with annexures or supporting documents can all be signed in one single workflow. This reduces back and forth and it also speeds up the completion. Another powerful addition is payment enabled documents. So instead of generating a document and then separately requesting for payments, you can now generate documents that allows your recipients to complete their payments directly as a part of the workflow. This is especially useful for advance payments, service fees, or ad hoc charges, which require immediate payments. So you can just put in the payments field into the document and then send it out. Together, these enhancements will make document automation of Zoho Writer more flexible, more connected, and much more closer to how real business workflows actually operate.
Thank you so much for the enhancement, for the detailed enhancement that we are working on, Gautam. So now, talking about industry-specific add-ons. So before we wrap up, I wanted to briefly highlight how Zoho Writer is also evolving beyond general purpose document workflows into industry-specific use cases through dedicated add-ons. So one such add-on is a Chem Studio. This is designed for teams working in chemical or pharmaceutical and research-driven environment. So this Chem Studio.
Vignesh, can you please share your screen as
Okay, I hope my screen is visible now.
well? Yes, please.
Okay, so I was talking about Chem Studio, which is designed for teams working in chemical or any pharmaceutical and research-driven environment. So this Chem Studio allows users to create a complex chemical structure or reactions and even biological pathways that directly, within the same writer document. So instead of relying on separate or specialized tools for this, in importing the images or diagrams or researchers and the authors, they can directly work seamlessly inside Writer while maintaining accuracy and structure. And another powerful add-on that we are building is the legal lens. This legal lens is an AI approved contract review tool that helps legal team to automatically compare contracts against contract and maintain the standard template. So it flags deviations from approved NDA clauses, highlights potential risks, and also brings attention to non-standard terms. So this significantly reduces the manual review effort and helps legal team move faster without compromising compliance. And with this, Chem Studio is relevant to your work. And if you'd like to give it a try, So you can use this link on the slide that we will be providing during the end of this webinar. So these add-ons reflect a broader vision of making Zoho Writer not just a document editor, but also a platform that adapts to specialized professional workflows across industries. Or if you'd like to give it a try, you can just email us support at Zoho Writer, and we should be able to assist you further with this Chem Studio. And moving on, yes, I'll hand it over to Gautam about the consistent on any device.
Thank you for that, Vikesh. So I've also put the Chem Studio link in the chat Q&A box. So you can use that and you can register if you'd like to have an early access on Chem Studio. So this is similar to ChemDraw that you might be using for any chemicals, for drawing any chemical related information. So yes, so Zoho Writer offers consistent experience across web, desktop, and also in mobile applications for both iOS and Android as well. So with each feature parity across all applications, you can create, review, automate, and approve documents seamlessly, no matter which device you're working on.
Great, Gautam. So now, for teams working at scale, so when teams operate at scales, speed and control becomes critical. So Zoho Writer is designed to handle such high volume documents and PDF generations without performance bottleneck. So sensitive information such informations can be protected with fine grinded access controls and security settings. And with envelope signing, multiple documents can be sent together for signatures in a single flow, making larger scale approvals and legal sign-offs significantly faster and easier to manage. So, and then about 20 years of Zoho Writer. This year marks 20 years with Zoho Writer. So everything we shared today exists because of feedbacks from users like you. So thank you so much for trusting Writer as your work has evolved.
So thank you for everyone, and I hope you have a great day and great week as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye.